The first step to effectively lose fat is to know your TDEE, or total daily energy expenditure. This is important when deciding what your diet needs to look like. The way you figure out your TDEE is to go to an online calculator. Just type TDEE calculator and it should be the first result, or you can find it in the description. You have to understand that losing fat is all about calories in versus calories out. If one were to eat more calories than they expended, then they will gain weight, and vice versa. What we need to do to lose fat is to be in a caloric deficit. This is when the calories you consume are less than the calories you expend. The result from the TDEE calculation is the calories you expend in a day. The recommended calorie deficit for most people is 500 calories. For example, if you had a score of 2500 in the TDEE calculation, then you are to eat 2000 calories. Although you will lose weight, the weight is not guaranteed to be fat. In order to stimulate muscle maintenance, you have to do resistance training. This can be weight training, calisthenics, or rubber bands. This cannot be cardio-based training like biking, swimming, or running. The appropriate amount of training the average person needs for muscle growth and maintenance is 4 to 8 sets per muscle group twice a week. For example, you would train chest 4 to 8 sets twice a week to maintain the chest muscle. While on the topic of muscle maintenance, you must also consume enough protein to maintain your muscles. The amount of protein you must consume is around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. For example, if you weigh 200 pounds, you are to eat 200 grams of protein in order to maintain your muscle mass. Figure this portion of your diet out first and then fill the rest in. Choose your protein sources carefully. If you pick a low-calorie, high-protein dense food like chicken breast, then you will be able to indulge in the food you love more often. For example, if I were to be 200 pounds expending 2500 calories a day, I would have to eat 2000 calories in a day to lose weight. I would also need to eat 200 grams of protein to maintain muscle mass. I personally would choose chicken breast as my protein source. 100 grams of raw chicken breast has 30 grams of protein. Around 700 grams of chicken breast will provide me with 200 grams of protein. Chicken has 165 calories per 100 grams, so 1155 calories in my diet of 2000 would come from protein. The rest I am more than free to choose where it comes from, as the most important macronutrient to dieting has already been accounted for. Food differ in calorie density. 100 grams of chicken breast is 165 calories, while 100 grams of rice is 330 calories. When you are well informed about the calories different amount of foods have, you can make better comparisons in your head about what you want to eat and have an easier time sticking to your diet. For example, a comparison I find myself making a lot is, would I rather have 2 dates or a banana? Or would I rather have a Snickers bar or 2 dates? Make sure you feel decently satisfied. Don't eat food just because it's lower in calories. Sometimes having a calculated piece of chocolate or a high-calorie dense alternative is more satisfying than a high amount of food that you don't feel like eating. Stick to the plan. This information is woohoo garbage if you don't follow it. Day in and day out, hit your goals. It's very important to understand that it is not the end of the world if you don't hit your goals for 1 or 2 or even 7 days in a row. Just don't fall off the wagon. Always come back to the plan and it will pay you. Good luck.